Specifically, we are subduing nations and kingdom. So we are going to be subduing nations and subduing kingdom. And I believe so much in believers exercising their authority in this present world, because the world by which we're living now is no longer a normal place. If you are going to be a normal believer, I believe you will not fit in this generation. We have so much wickedness that is advancing, and the cause of demons are more advancing and becoming more technologically advanced than you can ever imagine. Satan has created so many formulas by which he will make sure that believers are not going to exercise their authority over his kingdom. But I came to realize that for us to subdue nation and kingdom, we must first understand how these kingdoms operate. You can subdue what you don't know how they operate. For you to subdue a kingdom, you must be able to know how that kingdom operates. For you to subdue a nation, you must know how they operate. You must be able to know their strength and know their weakness. If you don't understand their strength and their weakness, you will become a casualty when you advance to dominate them or to subdue them. So I'm going to be taking us in another dimension, areas by which I know very well that I have been called by God, revealed by God to handle. You cannot dominate, you cannot subdue, you cannot take charge of nation, of kingdom, until you understand the mysteries behind these kingdoms. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse number 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root them out, to pull them down, to destroy, and to throw down, to build and to plant. I have this day set thee. May I declare to about 27 of you, the day you have been waiting has come. The day you have been waiting has come. The day you have been praying for has come. God is setting you over kingdoms. God is setting you over nations. If you rise and shout amen, he will set you over that nation. God is setting you over that kingdom. The louder the amen, the bigger the miracle. Sit down and give me your attention here quickly. Hear me, child of God. One of the mystery and the secret of every kingdom is at one place. If you have not gotten to that place, friend, you have not started a journey. What do you call this place? Huh? What do you call this place? That is what I want to talk about. The altar. Look at your nose and say the altar. I want to talk about the altar. I'm happy when I saw the stones. Shout the altar. Shout the altar. Say it louder. Say it one more time. Now, what do you understand about the altar? Because when I begin to talk about altar, most of us sitting here, we think it's just a place, a location, or a satanic place of worship. But there is no father of faith in the scripture that was able to subdue nation or kingdom that did not do it from the altar. So what is an altar? What is an altar? Number one, an altar is a place of covenant. Number two, an altar is a place of spiritual control. Stand on your feet. Sit down. Stand on your feet. Sit down. Stand on your feet. Sit down. Why are you standing up? Why are you sitting? Because I stand on the altar and I'm controlling you. An altar is a place of control. What make an airport is not the plane. What make an airport is not the runway. The tarmac is not what made the airport. It's not the air hostess. It's not the pilot. What make an airport is one thing: the control tower. Every plane depends on the control tower for takeoff and for landing. That's why when the plane takes off and crashes, the first person to ask is a control tower. And the control tower may say, as soon as the plane took off, it lost contact with the control room. When you take off and you lose connection to the altar, crashing is inevitable. That is why many start well, but as they lose contact with the altar, they lost, they crash. Tonight, I am returning you back to the altar. I am returning you back to the altar. And on this altar, you will not crash. You will not crash. You will not crash. If your amen is louder, you will not crash. Let me hear that amen like a thunder. Listen to me. Every religion and form of worship get their power from the altar. Can I get some? Thank you. Where do they get it from? From the altar. Bishop, I will share something now about Islam. Between Jesus and Prophet Muhammad, who is greater? Okay, let me put it this way. I want you to go to a place so that you will have understanding. Between Jesus Christ, the Son of God, and Prophet Muhammad, who is greater on this earth where we live? Say it again. Jesus. Let me hear you. Jesus. Are you sure? Yes. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I disbelieve you telling me that Jesus is more powerful on this earth than Muhammad, I tell you, you are lying. Why did I say you are lying? On this earth, show me one country that country belongs to Jesus on the earth. From America to Africa to Asia to Europe, show me one country that is called Jesus country on earth, where the Bible is the standard of the law of that country. Show me one. Is there anyone? But we have the highest churches, but there's no one country that is called a Christian country. Do you have a Christian country? Do we have a Christian country? No. How many Islamic countries do we have on earth? How many? There are many. Now, if Jesus is powerful, he has no one country on earth. If Islam have never raised the dead, they have never done any tangible miracle, but they have countries, they have nations by which they control these nations, including this one where you sit down inside now. This one now is not for Christians. You didn't hear me. This country we are sitting now was sold to Muslim, to Islam long time ago, while Christians were still sleeping. When I share something to you, I just hope say we go there safe. Listen to me. This country, Nigeria, does not belong to Christians. The only denomination in this country today that they are allowing Christians to breathe is a Catholic church. They fear Catholic because of Pope. The day Catholic decide to close their churches in Nigeria, you will know that Pentecostal week is over. This country we are, Nigeria, was sold a long time ago. I'm going to explain to you briefly that every Muslim understands the mystery of altar. Today's Thursday, Rabbi. Tomorrow, Friday. Most of the Muslims, tomorrow, they are returning to their altar to prepare for another 1 week. Why me and you sitting here, we have no altar, but we only have speaking in tongues. We can speak in tongues and sweat, but when we go out there, we are employed by a Muslim. We speak in tongues, but we go out there, Muslims are in charge. How did they come into the place of becoming in charge? From the altar. So what do they do on the altar? Give me your attention. I just feel like let me say this one so that when we begin to pray and I guide you, you will know. From the age of 9, I'm from Benue State. My father took me, we were 7 in number, but because of poverty and suffering, took me and gave to a man called Kabiru in Hausa quarters in Kasinala. The man carried me straight to Kano and put me in the house and changed my name and give me Dahiru. Now, my name were Dahiru Talu Danger. How did the danger come? The danger came 1991 when I became Serki Yandaba. Serki Yandabang Pege. 1991 riot. I was the leader. Okay, before I come to that, look at me here. go to abattoir all over the world, if you go to abattoir, there is a man in abattoir called Circuit Power. What is his job? To slaughter, but not to butcher. Circuit Power does not butcher, he slaughter. He is anointed, sent to go there and slaughter. So every cow you eat is slaughtered by the man. You can never see a Christian slaughtering a cow. Follow me carefully. If a Christian slaughter a cow, the Muslims will not eat it. I'm coming. So every cow was being slaughtered, has been laid down. When the Circuit Power comes, he looks at the cow, he make recitations of the surah. As he recite, he slaughter, meaning, oh Allah, I offer you the blood of this animal. As the infidels take all their flesh and eat, take their glory and give to us. So they know if a Christian slaughter cow, he may pray the same prayer, and therefore their own glory will be taken to them. So they will never allow, even when the church buy cow, they will follow, says Baramo Jemo Yang Kamo Shisanya. So the cow meat you buy in the market, are you aware the Muslims don't eat cow meat like you eat it? You're not getting me. God sent me here to tell you that we are taking back our place in destiny. Sit down. Sit down. I'm just starting this thing. That is why, follow me carefully. Are you aware that the entire world, the Western world, you will hear them saying they are having economic meltdown? But have you ever heard Saudi Arabia said they have economic meltdown? Have you ever heard Dubai say they are going down economically? What is the secret of the Islamic nation? When they make a slaughter, they package this meat inside can. They call it corn beef. On this corn beef, they ship it to America, ship it to Western world, make, then they chop. It is written on the can. You no go see them, but when you come out there, go and look for corn beef, you will see the right halal. Under the halal, slaughter according to Islamic right. They ship it. Now you don't know how, what was spoken on the meat that you buy, you cook, you give your children, you give your husband, you give. Can you imagine one Christian, one wife, na trouble till Jesus will come? One Muslim, 5 wives, peace. Are you hearing me now? One church member with one wife in one house, another church member with his wife in another house. Member of Deeper Life, I didn't get that room. Member of Mount Life, I didn't get that one. Member of Christ Embassy, get this one. Now Christian did the house, but you no go hear peace in that house. Every day, who pour water for my domot? Now so fight. And yet, you go hear one man has 5 women. Now the matter would have. You will not hear them fight who put water. from their altar. Are you still with me here? Sit down, let me talk. When we were Muslim, when we wake up in the morning, our man, let me ask us, go out and beg alms. Condition 2, if they give you food, recite this and this surah and eat. Nothing will happen to you. If they give you money, don't eat it, bring it to me. So we have somebody who are in group. Once they give us money, in those days what they give us is kwandala da pachika. Kwandala de me pachika. When they give us, we gather the money, we give to our malami. The malami take this money. Immediately after Salah Magarba, he put this money inside a calabash and write very simple Quranic scripture on the slave. Rabbana atana patinya, Rabbana atana patinya, Rabbana atana. He will recite it 70 times. 70 times, reciting one surah. Takes a little water, sprinkle on it, and the sprinkle on it is dripping. The writing is dripping inside the calabash where the money is. When they drop and finish, he take the calabash and lift you. Oh Allah, these are the money given to us by the infidels. Kaparanam. Therefore, this money represent their sweat, and that their sweat came out of their blood. Therefore, take of their glory and their wealth and give to us. We are your servant. Let them be our servant. And then he closes it. In the morning, Al-Haji comes. He takes the money and gives to that Al-Haji. The Al-Haji put it in the business. Within 7 days, the Al-Haji becomes a millionaire. But the people who give beggars this money, you will never handle money to do anything reasonable till you die, because in the Islamic agenda your hands are now laboring spiritually for an Alhaji. So you will work very hard. Samu kodam amma baraki say in the kodin zasa tabiyawa. In the kodin ana samwa. Ama in the kodin suka tabiya basani ba. That is what they have done to you. So you are seated here because you give somebody small picking 20 naira. That's what tonight, whoever that took money from you, that uses to change your wealth and destiny, if your iman is not that, I command restoration. I command restoration. The louder your amen, the bigger your restoration. Sit down. Number 2, Al-Haji will come and say he wants to open a shop. Nasama will enter them with the shago. Samu rago guda daya. Me kake so sanne? Allo gaskiya ni atampa nake son sar. Atampa ko samu rago. He will bring the ram. No argument. We'll collect the ram. Go to the bush, dig ground, and put the ram inside. No go slaughter ram, cover ram. We give 14 to 21 days. The ram will struggle, die, until it start producing maggot. Once it produces, I will go and get jalebi. I will go to him with 3 incense. When I enter the shadow, I will put 1 incense like this, 1 on this side, 1 at the wall. I will light them. Then we'll do the first prayer together. And I will, this champion I came with, I will hand it over to him. And I will tell him, Zebakayam, Zaunana Kuba. So once he now put the kaya, he will sit at the door with the champion. Now you are coming into the market. You wanted to buy some things. Ha customers woman, walay gana pantan panna walay dugu many one day one nan Holland is now haba Dubai shandelier ninde dugu haba came Zumana. So he brought you closer to the shop. As you enter, he is with the chelbi. What is he doing? Yasin. What is Yasin? Defining the destiny of the person standing before you. As he's doing, when he get to that particular stone, he refused to move slippery. That this destiny is mighty. He said, Atampa duwashin lebir zabaki atampam akan dubu bakwai. Zaki ce wallahi wannan malaman nan alhaji kai. Wallahi to ai wannan cinikin nan ba wai muna yi ne mu samu kuɗi ba, kawai ne a taimaka wa talaka. Why talaka? He will carry the wrapper and give you for 7,000. You are happy you are going out of the shop that he does not know anything. He's rejoicing because your glory has just dropped in that shop. Many of you sitting here, when you want to buy something, I beg, if you go market, I beg, no go to Chinedu shop. Chinedu things are very expensive. Go Alaji place, go Malam place. Why is their product cheaper in the market? How come their shop never close and never go down, and their product are cheaper? Yet Chinedu, in shop they go down, yet in price are high. You know they sell. What is the difference? They are not selling for money. They are selling to get more glory. For among my people I found wicked men. They lay in wait as he that setteth the snare. They set trap, they catch men. Their duty is, their trap is to catch men, not to catch money. Let me continue a little. I won't tell you all today. We extend to tomorrow. Now, they were not satisfied. So they said, Barum Samayana, the Zamabaso Iki, Iki, Cousin Christo Chin and business Hawaii. The Bisu Hamza Popos. Salmon was a young Kampachi. Nilkota. Once you call them, when they are put there, they are preparing to take. There are two things that he should take from you: either your blood or your nail. And when he sees that you are going to be aggressive, he blood come out, because some of you want to say, Banas and Gajini, Kayan Kamala and Chubanka. He will cut gentle, but as he's cutting, you will make sure it doesn't take blood. But if you don't say anything, he's cutting, looking at you, then he will take the liquid and put. When you put that liquid, blood will pump out. Then he will take the form and cut pieces, be touching and be throwing. That form in the cut, they touch, they throw away. Now you get them. You the collect them when they drop off the ground? No. Number two, when he now comes, cut cut your nail, when you come to this one, because this one and your great toe, he must cut it to be in shape with the moon. So when it's the size of me, he's dropping it. When he finish, he does like this. You're thinking he has thrown it out. Nails are here. He put it back. You pay him. He has gone with your nails that are like the sands of the moon. That's what we use to make sure your hand can no longer handle anything. Your feet have been slowed. What should take you just one day to get, 10 years you have not arrived. Because why? They have taken your great toe. When your great toe is captured, can you run faster? When your hand, this one is cut off, can you handle? So in the calendar of Islam, your great toe, your hand have been yanka, so your journey is slow. You can't beat anybody race. God sent me here. If you must subdue Barita Pakucha Barata, today your life shall be restored. It will be restored. It will be restored. If you shout amen, God. Sit down. Elijah comes. Write the scripture, the surah. He recite, wash. After washing, ask him to put on him and drink. He drinks. Jacob in Mayarinya, Abandaka in it, do put in the Hikiso Bata, Bachelata. Once this Elijah sleep with you, as he comes out, he called the madam. As soon as he return, he has Mesunenta, because your name is important for the projection. Sunenta Hanunta. Sunenta Elizabeth. They like it when the name come English way. Oh, why? So then he write, wash and begin to call Elizabeth. All the eggs in your womb that should incubate children belongs to Allah. We collect them right now. Number one, how do you do the one? When Kikayam got the one. Say when Kikayam. When Kikayam. Say the good one. After the recitation, Zubajikaka, all her eggs are useless. Any pikin will enter that egg. The pikin no go get destiny. She will give birth. She go marry born pikin, but that pikin no get destiny. As the pikin they grow, it will get more useless. Why? She didn't know. When she was sleeping with that Alhaji, she thought she was connected with Quran. When the Quran. Let me ask you, in this country and all over the world, if you want to buy gold, who do you go to buy? Have you seen a born again Christian selling gold? If you really want to change money, dollars, who are the people that change dollar? If you go into oil and gas, who are the people into oil and gas? Where is the place of Christian? Where are we subduing? Where are we subduing? We are not in oil. We are not in gold. We are not in currency exchange. Where are we in this country? I want to talk about other place. I'm telling you what, gosh, allow me to learn. The same way the Bible says, and God allowed Moses to learn the wisdom of the Egyptian. That is what God allowed me to learn, the wisdom of Islam and what they are doing. Once a Muslim girl gets to the age of 8, the mother will give her tele, telengoro, telengeta, telokunu. She's 8 years. Before she started telling, there are certain surah that is given to the mother. She resides with the girl and by reportage jankanwa mix with it and be washing the girl's private part. They use it to wash her. Once she eat 9, she's open. You see that small girl, the first place she goes to is Mechanic Village. The second place, Windaki Guinea, construction site. She goes to where young boys who are not conscious of destiny, you go and stand there and be playing. Then you see somebody come here. Hey, my dad, you will let him and I look at the one of my small girl is talking to you. I got penny. Make it so. Kale it so. Or let me man as well. Bakas, Mia, Zumana. Not a you. Come here. You will see that 9 years girl carry her to one corner. You will know that she's open. After she has done it with you, she returned home. Aya, that's a parent engineer. This is a parent engineer. When he is at the knee, take her in quickly. She will go and sit and yawn. That nyoma will come out. They will put it in the water, put it inside a jerrycan and lock it. The day that we set her to go and marry, Ranam does her started already. They will open the jerrycan. They will use that stinking manyomonyo, wash her feet, her hand, and her hair with it, and tell her, do one that's a sami the K. Look at you, the K. Oliva. The abundant Kisa. Go Benson is Kabaki. Okay, they get a majinki. That is why in Islam they believe the more women you marry, the more you be rich and great. Allah gives you more wealth when you marry more women. That's why in Islam they will kill their daughter who wants to go and marry a Christian. But they will allow a Christian daughter to come and marry a Muslim man. Why? Because they know each of their daughters carry nothing less than 40 destiny before she marries. And while she's doing those things, she can never get pregnant in her father's house. Are you still in church? So we have many young men here who casually cast and samita. But listen, Galami. Are you still with me here? They are all over this place. They are doing it. The fourth one, which many of us are victims. Can I ask you a question? How many of you sitting here eat suya? Wave your hand. Where you? Akwe damwa. Look at me here. Do you know the Muslims don't eat suya like the Christians? When you are coming now, there are 3 places you see the suya man. You know he is on assignment. 3 locations. Location number 1, by a junction. Location number 2, by express road. Location number 3, by a Bia Panoy hotel. Those 3 people, I can tell you with confidence, they are on assignment. Once you are coming, you come close to the table. Customer, he will take the knife, do his hand like this, cut the meat with his hand like this. Go back, they'll cut the meat like this and give to you. Go or drop it for you and shift. and wait for you to eat. Go back, Benny. What is this? Star. Star. That's what he does, and put it for you and step aside. Follow me. Wait. Look at me here. I'm sure you know the difference between Pepe and Yaji. Look at me here. Inside the Yaji, there are black particles inside. They may not be much. They are inside. Now listen to me. Those blood particles are brought. They are scraped free from the grave of Muhammad. They are brought into this country. They brought them with two things. They brought them with Ruan Zanzam. How many of you know Ruan Zanzam? Good. That is what they use to prepare the suya. If you are not a Muslim, you eat with it. Forget it. Many of you sitting here, if you don't eat suya, you are sick. You will come to evening church, give offering, but you reserve 200. Are you still with me here? I will hold a little there. Tomorrow I will proceed better. Then I will start telling you how I was initiated into Yendaba, how I became Serki Yendaba, and how we commissioned to start the riot in Kano, how I started killing, and the first man I slaughtered, and I became an instrument of slaughter in Kano to a point. Dairu Walai Denjani, I got to a place where they call me Dairu Danger. Because why? Because I have no sympathy for a Christian. Unless, if anybody ever believe or tell me I'll be a Christian, your head is out. I burn churches, I burn schools with children inside, slaughter them. I was doing this not because I'm wicked, but because I was taught and told that in this world I have two enemies. The Jew and the Christian are the enemies of Islam. And I was told that Satan is not the enemy of Islam. Satan has been subdued. Once you go to Mecca and stone him, he has been taken care of. But the people that have not been taken care of are the Jews and the Christian. And Allah is pleased when you kill a Jew or you kill a Christian. That is what I was taught. And by that, I was willing to die killing many. If Jesus did not appear to me, tomorrow I will explain to you how he appeared to me. I would have still, maybe they would have killed me, but he appeared to me. And that will lead to my salvation. And they wanted me dead. I will explain to you. I have 7 churches in Kano. The first church I planted in Kano is in Bakin Rafi, under to the local government. Bakin Rafi. It was a mosque. The Malam died. The woman used to come to you for prayer because she was trusting God for the fruit of the womb. The last wife, she wanted to have a child. And she come to me. She got pregnant, so she had a child. But the man would be taken at it. She's born again, but she was still married to the man. I led her to Christ. So the man died, and she came and called me. I come and pray for this man because we're preparing to bury him. And we came in through the back. They wrapped him, put it in, and we're there speaking in tongues. Me, Pastor Dantala, Pastor Luka, Pastor Shaya, 4 of us were into the room. We were praying gentle. 30 seconds in our prayer tongues. The man sneezed and came back. and say nagalsa wakagani naga Isa almasihu gani nazam dan tsallaka rafi ce kaka talaka in ka tsallaka rafin nan wallahi baraka da koma yana tamar kai waye ne ni Isa almasihu ne je ka gaya musu. He came out that day. 465 Muslims gave their life to Christ. That same day, I took them to the river for baptism. The Bible says if they believe, they shall be baptized. I baptized all of them. When we came back, the man said, "Kapamana church man." I said, "I don't come to church. Never no kodi ni missionary ne evangelist. Never no come to church. Nana kodi. To aside the masalachi nende. Echo no nasa ni da abende ke so ay masalachi. But I adjure to the church man tell ko wa yanzu as a Christian adjure mana. Haka muka Hausa ma. Mun cire the moon, the star. When you data, there's a church. That was my first church to pastor in Kano. There's a mosque. As you stretch your hand here, hear me. Your season to dominate has come. You will subdue kingdom. You will subdue nations. Is your image not a subdue? Subdue. 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 Give me that image that have life. Sit down. So tomorrow I will explain to you that stage. But let me say this, Bishop. Every man you see in the Bible that was able to subdue kingdom and nation, they have an altar backing them. You don't ever think you will subdue when there is no altar backing you. That's where I'm going now. And most of the names you call them as God's name and not God's name. They are people's altar. Genesis chapter 12. Put from me verse 9 and then jump and put from me verse 13. Quickly. Genesis 12. And Abraham journey going till Genesis 22, sorry, 22. 22 verse 9. 22, sorry. And they came to the place which God had told him. And Abraham did what? There. And laid the wood one. And brought Isaac his son. And lay on the altar upon the wood. Verse 13. And Abraham stretched forth his hand. Verse 13. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked. And behold, behind him a ram caught in the thicket by the horn. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered it upon them for a burnt offering in the stead of Isaac. Verse 14. Read clearly, want to go. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah. Is Jehovah Jireh the name of God? Is the name of that place. If they read Bible, he called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh. What is the name of this place? Is it if I say word of God, is it the name of God? He called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh. So Jehovah Jireh is not the name of God, is the name of that place. Exodus chapter 17. Put for me verse 15. You'll find them in my books. I'll just call 3 only. The rest are in the books. Want to go? What do you say? And Moses did what? And called the name of it Jehovah. Is Jehovah Nissi the name of God? Is the name of Moses' altar. So calling God Jehovah Nissi is an insult, because his name is not Jehovah Nissi. Jehovah Nissi is the name of Moses' altar. I'm coming, sir. I will give you the rest. Get it from the book. Judges chapter 6 verse 24. Are you in church? Judges chapter 6 verse 24. And Gideon built an altar. Where? And call it what? Wait. Is Jehovah Shalom the name of God? Is the name of Gideon's altar. So call it Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh is not your God. Jehovah Shalom is not your God. It's the name of people's altar. They knew they have nation and kingdom to subdue. But to subdue this kingdom and nation, they need the backing of an altar. So when they raise an altar, they gave it a name. So that when they enter in nation, the name they gave will speak. Are you still in church? There's a many of us in here. You don't have an altar. The one that is speaking for you is the one your ancestors raised, that you have not pulled down. Because you can't pull down until you are built. Yes. If you have never pulled down, you have not built, your trouble will be complicated. Because why? You can't stand the spirit that will come. Don't ever say, I pull down altar when you are not ready to build one. So he said to Jeremiah, I've said you this day over in the kingdom, nation, pull down, but make sure you build. Because whatever you pull down, the owners, when they come, if you don't have one to build, they cannot stand. Kingdom, go to your father's house, pull down that altar, but build an altar for me. Why? When you build an altar for me, when you have pulled down that evil altar, and when the enemy shall come like a flood, then the spirit of the Lord from the one you have built shall raise a standard. I say, church, sit down, let's walk this thing quickly. Everyone in the Bible who was able to subdue kingdom and nation, the first thing they did was to go and raise altar. They had the backing of altar. Now in Genesis chapter 8 verse number 20, the Bible says, and Noah built an altar unto the Lord. A man came out of the ark. The only thing he will do is to build an altar. Why? To remain relevant, you need a backing of an altar. Let me tell you something here, sister. To get married to a man is easy, but to keep that man to yourself alone is not easy. The only reason why the man can be for you alone is condition number one, he must be a very short man. Number two, very ugly man. Number three, very poor. That one the gods have dashed you. If your husband is tall and handsome like Bishop Miracle Wilson, man, you need an altar to keep him for yourself. Why? There are ladies who understand altar. They can just travel to a place, raise an altar, and collect your man. You are looking like a collector. Sister, are you aware that the guy you say broke your heart, that you call say men has come, including your father? When you say men has come, knows that your father is inside. Don't forget. Anytime you say men has come, you just included your father who is paying your school fees. Because also a man. Are you seeing church? Are you seeing church? Now, the man that broke your heart, he did not go and marry a man. He went to another girl. There's something the girl carry that she can collect your man. No, this one, father, tie him with prayer. She will lose him from altar. She will lose that man from you, from her altar. Getting a job is not an issue, but keeping that job, you need an altar. Why? Especially when you get a job and the person that is assisting you is a Muslim. No, just pray. No prayer will stop them. Now altar. Are you still following me here? So the first thing Noah did, now that we have come to subdue, we need an altar. He raised an altar. When Noah raised that altar, God began to make covenant. So covenant come when altars have become visible. And not just that. In Genesis chapter 9, verse 1, and God blessed God qualified Noah for the blessing. Did Noah say, Lord bless me? No. When God saw the altar, he had no choice to bless him. Are you seeing church? Are you seeing church? Are you seeing church? In Genesis chapter 12 verse 1, God said to Abraham, come out. Why? Where you did now areas of altars. I can't do anything. Come out. And Abraham departed. Verse 7. Verse 7. He built an altar. Verse 7. And the Lord appeared unto Abraham and said unto him, unto thy seed I will give this land, and there an altar. Look at verse 8. And he moved from thence unto a mountain and cast it east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west and Hay on the east, and there he builded an altar. What was Abraham busy doing? Building altar. Building altar. Genesis chapter 13 verse 2. And Abraham was very rich. And Abraham was what? In what? And what? Who employed him? What was his salary? Chapter 12 come out. Chapter 13 very rich. How much was his salary? Because you believe you must get a job to be rich. Number 2, which business was he doing? Are you aware that people who join our court, in 7 days they'll just take them to their altar, make them put blood on that altar, and then go home, you are rich. And in a few days the man, money will just enter the man's life. You are not getting me. That altar has made many wealthy. My name is Apostle Daniel Yarkwan. I'm from Benue State. By the mercy of God, by the mercy of God, on this altar, I'm teaching you now. God has usually raised many. I put governor on the seat from the altar. Samuel Otom, I'm putting. When they told him he can't, I told him relax. I was in South Africa preaching. Then he was a minister. He called me. Apostle, help me. I said, who are you? He said, my name is Samuel Otom. I'm a minister. I said, what can I do for you? I said, they said I cannot be governor. PDB are rejecting me. What can I do? I said, I'm not in the country. When I come back, come and see me. He said, yes, sir. When I landed Boko, they told him. He drove from Abuja on the convoy, coming from to come and see this primary 4 dropout, this illiterate that understood order. When he came, as soon as he entered my place, he knelt down. Apostle, sir, help me. I want to be governor. I said, stand up, sit down. I will take you to the altar and teach him about altar. This is what you will do. You become governor. He ruled for 8 years. Google now, Governor Samuel Otom in Power House of Solution. You will see him attending my service. He's on Google. Google Apostle Samuel Otom at Power House of Solution. You will see him in my church. All the time he has visited, he's there. All the channel, all of them will be putting camera. Otom is here. I hear what they said. It is Otom that buried my father. He said, your father is a state property. My father that could not send us to school, cannot feed, was giving us as donation to Humanitarian Organization of Africa. Now his burial, he became a state burial. Governor, commissioners were there to bury him. How? His son, Apostle Daniel, understood the power of altar. You day here. Can I ask you a question? Is this God you are serving? Is it the same God of the Bible? Sister, is this God you are serving? Is it the one of the same Bible? Say no. Say no. Because you say yes. For how many years have you been born again? Abraham met with God once, and in the next chapter he was rich. You have met with God. They put oil, lay hand, push you, you fall, you break 7 chairs in one service, you go home poor. can you subdue in poverty when your landlord is not born again? Now you are shouting in the chat, hey, my landlord is not allowing me to pray. How can you pray? Now your house. If you want to pray, get your house. You are a tenant and you are boasting. You say they are persecuting me. If you build a house, who will persecute you? You will pray anyhow. So shouting in people's house where you know you are not even paying correct rent. They increase rent, you went and carry a lawyer to go and defend you for increase of rent. And then you are still speaking in tongues inside God. Father, intervene on people's house. It's a God you're serving. The same of the Bible. How can you subdue as a tenant? How can you subdue in poverty? Abraham built an altar. He became very rich. Not a small rich. Very. To become very rich is to go back to the altar. That's what many have missed it. Many have missed it. So Abraham became rich. How? The altar had made him very rich. Not just that one. Then in Genesis 28, if you read from verse 10, Jacob was running. And the Bible says, and he came to a place, nightfall. He carried stone, put, they sleep. And where he slept, he saw ladder from the ground in that place reach heaven. He saw angel ascending and descending, and on top of the ladder he saw Elohim Adonai, and he said to him, I am the God of your father. How can the God of my father appear to me like that? Because where you are is where your grandfather, whom I just mentioned and is God, raised this altar. So you just came to the place of your ancestral altar. That's why you are in Lafia, you are in Akefi. Your dream is different. Once you go to your village, your dream is different. In your village, you they get dream different. Why? You came at the altar of your ancestors. Can I prophesy? If your amen is louder, any altar speaking to you outside the altar of God will be silent forever. Will be silent forever. Will be silent forever. If your amen is louder, the altars are silent. Sit down. And look at what Jacob said. He woke up and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. He said, this is not an ordinary place, but this is the gate of heaven. A man discovered gate to heaven in a desert where an altar is. So an altar is a gate to the spirit. If you no get altar, nobody will answer your prayer. If you no get altar, let me say again, nobody will answer your prayer. God no will answer you. I promise you. If anytime when God mistakenly answer you, he answer you because this man cried for him on his altar, and God heard him from his altar. But the miracle cannot be sustained, because what will sustain the miracle is the altar you have. Revelation chapter 8 verse 3. Let me show you now that if you don't get altar, forget to. Nobody will answer your prayer. Revelation chapter 8 verse 3. And another angel came and stood where? What was given to him? Having a golden censer, and there was given unto him what? And what? That he should offer it with what? Of who? With the prayer of what? Where is he offering it? Which is before the throne. So until you have an altar here, the altar there cannot respond to you. Angels don't appear. Angels come on altars. They appear to men that has altars. It was on the altar the angel saw Zachariah. It was on the altar the angel saw Manoah to give birth to Samson. The question is, where will angel find you? Angels come to collect prayers, but when they come, they land on altar. If you don't have an altar, there is no place of collection of your prayer. As many of us have prayed every year, Father, this is what I want you to do for me this year. You bring it before God. The year is rounding up now. You have not seen one come. You are going to carry over to next year again. You have been carrying up. Then now people are looking at you. This is your God. Now so it be. Can I ask you a question? How many members of your family are confident to follow you to your church? How many of your neighbors are confident to follow you to church? Say, Kai, since you joined church, since you born again, I see a lot of things change for your life. You are just too good. See, this is a problem. Can you show me your God? When was the last time somebody tell you, show me your God? The last time I remember, they asked, who is that your God? And you come to church, Father, answer me. They ask me, who is my God? He will not answer you because there's no altar to collect the prayer. No altar. So he built an altar. And Jacob woke up. He said, this is the house of God. I will return here, build the house of God. And then he put the stone, put oil, and left. He went to the house of Laban. And Laban was exchanging his wages. The thing bad though. Then one night, he heard a voice. Jacob, I am the God of Bethel. He didn't say I'm the God of your father. He said I'm the God of Bethel. I'm the God of the altar where you anointed a pillar. I've seen all that Laban is doing. I am changing it this night. Everything that we bring forth from today will be for your favor. Genetic engineering, changing of genes. God tempered with science because a man from the altar was involved. God can change a system when he finds a man of the altar. Are you aware? The Roman Catholic understood the altar, but not in the context details I'm teaching you now. That is why, if you are a Catholic person, the first thing the father will tell you, go and build altar. Buy table. Buy clothes. Come and buy the picture of the blessed family. Buy the crucifix. Get a bottle, special one for holy water. Put it there. Anytime you need something, you don't need to come to church. Let Father dedicate that place for you. It's your altar in your house. That's why you discover 90% of Catholics have altar in their home. They must not go to church. Once they kneel down there, everything they have done to God is brought to book, and God hear them. That's why today, if you hear somebody be governor, now from Catholic. If you hear somebody be senator, now from Catholic. How many Pentecostal you see succeeding? You know, go see them. We Pentecostal call say na Christian, but not be Christian, no, na Orthodox. You know they for us. Are you still with me here? And I said, let me prove to the world that from this altar, a born-again Christian can become a governor. And I prove it in Benue State by putting Samuel Oton. At this moment, I put down. I made all the other governors started looking for me. I'm on camera. As I said to Akume knelt down before me. He said, I want to be SGF, secretary to the government. I call Azeto. He knelt down begging me. Akume. Who I be? Primary school dropout. Who I be? Former Almajori. Who I be? Former Yandaba. Who I be? I know Jesus and I understand the altar. Can I tell you something? That's why in the Orthodox, woman, no, they come here. Catholic woman, no, they come here. If woman come, she will kneel down here, collect communion. You know, go see woman climb there. Why? Because of what they decide on that place. 2, you know, go see say they close church, children they go play here. 3, you know, go see say they close church, you see somebody who comes down here. And I sit down, no cheese. They sit down here. This is a sacred place. It's supposed to be very sacred that when you run, you kneel down here because there's something that you have raised here. There's a response. That's why you go run here, kneel down here, nothing is happening because you have no reference. The sacred place called the altar, and you don't have one backing you up. This night, any altar that your ancestors have raised that are still becoming voice over you will be silent. Will be silent. Will be silent. If you rise and shout amen, it will be silent. Sit down. Give me a few minutes and we'll get you prayer. I thought it was done. Then God made his man rich. Then in Genesis 35 verse 1, God appeared to him. Look at what he said to him. Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there and make there an altar unto the God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Go and build an altar. Verse number 7. Verse 7. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. Verse 8. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath the Bethel under an oak, and the name of it was called Enom Bakchuk. Next verse. And God appeared unto Jacob again when he came out of what? And what? Did he ask for blessing? When the angel appeared, he told the angel, bless me. But when he built an altar, he didn't ask for the blessing. You dey cry for blessing because you never get altar. When you get altar, you know to ask for blessing. The altar will command God to bring blessing. Are you still in church? Now look at verse 10. This is where I love it more. And God said unto him, thy name is what? Thy name shall not call anymore Jacob, but who shall be thy name? And he called his name. So Israel means firstborn. Israel means my first child were born from altar. Because of this, God made a very important value for Israeli. If an Israeli comes to Nigeria in less than 1 month, he will have everything. If Israel pull out of America, America will become poor. The secret of America is Israel, the Jew. Are you still with me here? So now, God is the one who gave him a name, not angels. Angels don't have power to name you. So when he built an altar, God came and said, thy name is Jacob. Today thy name is Israel, my firstborn. And God called him Israel. So when God spoke to Moses, he said, go tell Pharaoh, Israel is my firstborn. If you not let him go, I will kill your firstborn. Israel is a small country, very small, in no big rich Nasarawa state, surrounded by the worst terrorists in the world. That one of their missiles travel up to 15 to 20 kilometers by one shot. Yet They have never bombed Jerusalem. Why? Jerusalem is the city of the altar. You can't bomb an altar. The Hamas cannot destroy Israel. Do you know why? And do you know till today Israel are not born again? Israel are not born again. In fact, some Israel are still Muslim. Some are still practicing Judaism. They are still waiting for the coming of the Messiah. They never believe that Jesus don't come. That story when they go there, they go look for Jesus. Then they laugh at her. Say, when they come? One Jonah is going to run Jerusalem to find out if they know who Jesus is. They say, who is Jesus? Jesus, I don't know him. This is a Jew, an Israeli, saying, I don't know Jesus. Yet, when they fire missile, because of that altar, the hand of God shift the missile to another kingdom. What is behind the secret behind the Israeli is the altar. They are not born again, but that altar called Israel. So Israel is not just a human being. Israel means an altar. So anytime God hears Israel, he remembers it's an altar. And you cannot destroy an altar with a bomb. I don't know whether you're in church. Are you still in church? Are you in church? So the secret behind Israeli power, they are small, but they are one of the most powerful force on earth now. Countries they fear them all. If Israel sneeze, all the neighboring country will catch cold, and they small. What is the secret that give Israel to subdue the kingdom and the nations around them? It is an altar that they has. When Hamas just go bomb the border, you saw what they have done. The Hamas, they say we are taking over Gaza. Nothing remaining. Then they beg now, Yakuri. Wasameke. Are you hearing me now? Who is giving them that backup? The question I'm asking you, what is your backup? What is your backup? You dey pray, you dey read Bible, you dey fast, nothing dey happen. How can you finish 40 days fasting and you know the only thing after 40 days fasting, the only thing you get is ulcer? Is ulcer a prayer? Is it ulcer is a reward for spiritual exercise? Many have gotten ulcer because they were fasting. The only thing you get, you become very lean. People say you sick. Then you start eating again, and then they don't see change in your life. If you are fasting and no result, stop it. It means that fasting is not yet the key. Hannah had no child. She did come church one day. She said, "Mba, not be this altar. We go do something." She collect sacrifice from her husband, donated it. I said, "This altar, today I am putting back. I know they come out here. I want to see the God of this altar. You must give me child." While she was there doing it, boom! Eli came saying, "Madam, it's too early to drink." She said, "I don't drink. I am a woman of a sorrow heart and pour my heart." And he said, "Arise. God has granted you." That same year, she became pregnant, gave birth to Samuel. Samuel is a product of an altar. That is why when Samuel came to the altar, the same night, God started talking to him. God was not talking to Hophni and Phinehas, but when Samuel appeared, God started talking. Because why? He's a product of an altar. The reason why your demons appear in your dream is because your grandmother went to river to look for Peking. You are a product of Aleku, product of one marine altar. So every night you go to see snake, they pursue you. Every night you go see dangerous dream. People who don't die, they appear in your dream. You never dream, say you see yourself in America. They eat with brigade them. You know what dream that one? You know what dream say you were driving Porsche? You know what dream say you did for Asu Rock? You always dream, then they pursue you. The most dreams that will come, Pastor, this dream too much. That's so the dead people I see for my dream. The question, which altar is powering them to enter your dream world? It means even your dream, you have not subdued it. They know will come for my dream. I never dreamed that kind of dream. I dream. Say dead person come up for my dream. When I wake up, I will go to the grave. You will tell me who gave you pass, who gave you visa to come into my kingdom. Am I communicating here? Listen to me here. Finally, Numbers 23, verse 1 and 2. So we pray. Let's see whether God will calm down when altar is raised. Numbers 23. You want to subdue? Get ready. And Balaam said unto Balak, build me here 7 altars and prepare me here 7 oxen and 7 rams. Next verse. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. Next verse. And Balaam said unto Balak, stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showed me I will tell thee. And he went to a high place. When he built altar, he went to a high place. Verse 5 and verse 4. And God met Balaam. What did he bring him down? God left heaven, came down to meet a man because he saw altar. You, God never come to you. You did pray. See your business. Maana mahuda. Jakafia tamakota latea. Fire shakata. Maiko makata barati.